Okay, the ability to agree with the customer is senior to what? All the other rules of selling. Look, agreement is even senior to closing the deal, and I can't even believe I'm saying that because I see the close as something sacred. However, if you disagree with someone before you get to a close, you risk ever getting to the point where you can close. Look, you show me the top 1% of all the salespeople in any industry in the world, and I'll show you people that are masters at agreeing with their customers first and closing them later on what they didn't want to do earlier. Salespeople are constantly trying to sell and negotiate by disagreement. I even do this from time to time and make that mistake. This is no different than trying to swim against a current. In most cases, the person doesn't drown from water in his lungs, he drowns from exhaustion, fighting against the water itself. See, most salespeople drown in the negotiations from exhaustion by trying to overcome every objection, all fighting in disagreement. Start the sale from agreement. Continue to agree through the sale. Make the buyer right. Close later. So repeat after me. This is the vocabulary necessary to agree. Repeat after me. You're right. I'm with you. I agree. I'll work it out. I understand. I'll make that happen. No, you're not doing it. Let's go back to the top, okay? All right? Here's the pitch, okay? You're going to do this every day until you get it drilled in. You should be doing it every morning in a meeting. Before your shifts, get it drilled in until you're like, you're right. I'm with you. I agree. I'll work it out. I understand. I'll make it happen. Done. You're right. I'll make it happen. Done. You're right. See, you want to drill it until it becomes a muscle, until it becomes almost an automatic response. Regardless of how off-key or incorrect your buyer may be, it is critical that the relationship is built on agreement if you want to make the sale. Some people will say, agreeing when you don't really agree, Grant, is manipulation. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not manipulating anyone. You're missing the point. I am willing to agree because I want to help people. You know, if you see black, I need to shift my focus to where I can see what you see. I see agreeing as an attempt to get along, not as manipulation. I think that disagreeing with people manipulates me out of a sale, manipulates them out of a good product. Why? Because we're disagreeing because I need to be right? Look, if you need to be right, okay, selling is going to be very difficult for you. Look, if you say it's hot and I say it's cold, am I able to shift my viewpoint long enough to see how you could see it's hot? What if I lost? I'm simply acknowledging that you think it's hot. So when your spouse says, oh, this is hot, and you're like, no, baby, it's fine. You're disagreeing, you see. Why not just say, really? Wow, man. You know, I noticed it was hot too. And then I got used to it. See the difference? Agreeing is not manipulation. It's understanding. You said it was hot. You didn't ask me what I thought, right? You're not asking me for my opinion. All I did was agree with your reality without adding what I think is cold or what is hot. By establishing basic agreement, you're creating the opportunity to help the buyer purchase your product and service. If the buyer never gets a chance to see what you're offering because of earlier disagreements, then know that you've made an error by not allowing them to see your product, your service, your company, the value, because you got lost in some disagreement. All you've done is put your focus, their focus, on disagreeing rather than on product, on service, on quality, on you, on the company. So this is what I want you to do, okay? I want you to take that vocabulary we gave you earlier, the agreement, I'm with you, you're right, I understand. Take the 10 objections you most often hear. I want you to write them down. You know what they are. Price too high, payments too high, I need to think about it, don't make rash decisions, whatever it is, okay? It's the same 10. I want you to write those down, and then I want you to come up with those agreement responses. So let's say a customer says, I only have 10 minutes. That's got to be one of your top 10. We don't have time to do this today. I don't have time to come in. I only have 10 minutes. All that is time-stalled objections. And I watch salespeople constantly. 10 minutes, man, I can't do this in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I need way more than 10 minutes. Look, you're spending 10 minutes talking about 10 minutes. Why don't you spend 10 minutes building value, 10 minutes agreeing, 10 minutes winning somebody over, 10 minutes building rapport? So I would just say what? Sir, 10 minutes is more than enough time if we just get started right now. But look, if you only have 10 minutes, I'll best use the 10 minutes and get you out of here. You see what I'm doing? I agree. Start the relationship off with agreement. You'll have a chance to tell the prospect, your buyer, later about your product, about yourself, about your company. Okay? So do that today. Okay? Write down your 10. Write down the responses you're going to start using. Now, I've been in hundreds of selling situations where this entire process gets wrecked because of this one thing, disagreement. Okay, so here's how we're going to end this segment. You're going to take the 10 top objections you hear on a daily basis. Write them down. Okay? If you don't know what they are automatically, you're not doing what we're talking about in some earlier segments. You know, I got to become conscious, aware of what's happening around me. So you're going to write down those 10, and then you're going to write down how exactly you will agree with people. Grant, price is too high. Don't have enough time. Need to think about it. Never make a rash decision. It's over I can't afford the payments. Whatever. We're not doing anything for 3 months. Okay, write those 10 down, and then come up with your agreement. I agree with you, sir. I would never expect you to make a rash decision. And then, most importantly, I want you to write down how you're going to segue from the agreement to the solution. Now, I'm going to be giving you a lot more information about how to solve these problems. The first thing I want to do is get you familiar with over and over how to agree first. Okay? Grant, I only have 10 minutes. Sir, 10 minutes is more than enough time. In the next 10 minutes, I'll give you a price, a payment, down payments, figures on your vehicle in the case of automobiles. Hey, in the next 10 minutes, I'll get you everything you know. I'll get you all the houses we have listed. I'll get you the square footage. I'll get you, be of service in those 10 minutes. Don't fight people in those 10 minutes. So do that drill now. 10 objections, 10 agreements, and 10 segues. Okay, get to work.